And good afternoon and welcome. It's game 2 of our quintuple header. It's going to be the Wasatch Academy Tigers against the Pace Academy Knights. Wasatch Academy out of Utah, Mount Pleasant. They're 1-1 on the season. Pace Academy 2-0. And Wasatch Academy brings a pretty good pedigree into this contest. I'm John Morgo alongside Sylvester Williams, ready to bring you this contest. It's going to be Jackson Rowe for Wasatch, and he's going to be going up against Wendell Carter for Pace Academy. Referee pounds the ball on the ground, puts it up, and we're underway. And Wendell Carter, the 6'10", gets the tip, and it's going to go to Pace. They're all in white with the blue numbers. And Wasatch in gray with the orange numbers and the blue trim. We'll give you the starting five as we go along. Here's Carter. Brings it over to Parker Payne, number 23, to number 35, Zach Kaminsky, inside to Carter. Carter puts it up. That's no good. The other stars for Pace are number 14, Wade Swain, number 11, Barrett Baker. Now let's go to talk about the Wasatch Academy Tigers. This is Kobe McEwen, number 1. He'll get to number 11. That's Bryson Langdon. Other starters, this gentleman, number 5, Cody John, number 21, Jackson Rowe, and the other man is number 23, Shamil Stevenson. Those are your 5 for the Wasatch Tigers under head coach Gino Morgan. 7:13 on the clock, no score. Trying to change that is McEwen. He puts a runner off the glass and good.
McEwen, number 1, he's one of the 7 international players they have on this team. He's from Canada, and he is one of the highly recruited players out of the state of Utah. This kid has been offered just about every school in the Midwest. He's a big talent.
Foul is going to be called on Shamil Stevenson, his first. And his team first, so Pace will inbound it underneath their own basket. They'll go to Parker Payne. Payne and Carter is tied up. He goes up, then comes down. Can't do anything with it. So it'll be turned over, and it will belong to Wasatch Academy.
You know, one thing about Wasatch, they're a small private school. Be a turnover on that one, but they're a small private school in Utah, but they have won 3 out of the last 4 state championships. This team is stacked ever since Coach Gino Morgan came to this school. He has turned the program around.
They are located. Nice underneath. They are located in Utah, maybe about an hour and a half south of Provo, which is in turn maybe about an hour south of Salt Lake. So they're about a little southeast of Provo, Utah. Here is Wasatch Academy. They're on the attack. Here's Langdon. Shot from the foul line is good for Jackson Rowe. 4-0 favor of the Tigers. And they're 1-1 on this season. They have it's a private boarding school out there in Mount Pleasant. Again, it's one of those one stoplight towns. You don't know you've driven through it until after you've driven through it.
Jackson, another kid out of Canada.
Wendell Carter can't do anything with it. Wendell Carter, 6'10", sophomore, Wasatch. They post up for John. He launches one. That's off the glass. Got a putback. No good either by number 21, Rowe. And Pace Academy. They are scoreless. Down 4-0 with 5:47 remaining here in our opening quarters. Game 2. Pace Academy girls lost to Miller Grove in our first contest. Here's John, and he traveled going up.
I think that might have been a makeup call. They got away with the kickball on the other end of the court, so they had to get him back with the travel.
So here's Zach Kaminsky. He will inbound it to Baker. Pace Academy 2-0. They beat Columbia of Alabama last night here in this tournament, 69-55. It was tipped up. Now Langdon comes down with it. He's the nephew of head coach Gino Morgan, who was a former head coach at Emory here in the Atlanta area. So he has some good ties in the metro area. Long-range jump shot by McEwen, no good. McEwen, the junior, he's getting the press. Even though Cody John may be the more all-around skilled player.
Cody John's the 2-time Utah Player of the Year. 2-time Utah Player of the Year. So this kid won it as a sophomore and as a junior. So that lets you know he must be a little special.
Foul on Cody John, his first, team second. And Pace will inbound. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. And it's Wasatch 4, Pace 0. We have a possession-saving timeout in favor of the Knights before the turnover can be administered. 4:57 remaining, and Wasatch Academy up 4-0 here in the early going. Pace has only gotten 2 shots. That is Wendell Carter, the 6'10 sophomore. I think Coach Demetrius Smith is trying to play a joke on the media because every player on his roster is listed as a guard, even the 6'10 sophomore Wendell Carter. So,
Kind of reminds me of Coach Calipari when he was recruiting. When he was at UMass, I cannot think of the kid's name. His star player he had at UMass some 15 years. Marcus Camby.
yeah, I was about to say Camby's about the best player I can think of.
He was recruiting Camby, and Camby told him he wanted to play guard when he went to college. And Coach Calipari was like, "Fine, you'll play guard for me, but I usually put my guards in the post."
Exactly. Carter will inbound. Will get it over to Swain. Back out to Kaminsky. Kaminsky tried to get inside, but a good tip steals it away. McEwen, a little out of control, driving in. And Pace will get the ball back.
You know, the Canadians, we've had an influx of Canadians coming across the border playing basketball here lately. You know, I guess it first started off with Steve Nash, and that moved all the way down to Andrew Wiggins.
Steve Nash wrapping up his career. This is number 10, Caleb Holyfield. I'm sorry, Hollyfield is probably how it's pronounced. Gets to his brother Elijah. There's 2 of them. Caleb is a freshman. Elijah is a senior. Foul.
It's always fun to play with Big Brother.
That is the 2nd foul on John. He picks up 2 quick, and we're not even halfway through the first frame. 4-0. There's a jump shot by number 35, Kaminsky. No good. Getting the rebound is Hollyfield. No. And he couldn't get it to drop. Oh, that should be a double dribble on McEwen. Kind of left it and decided to take it again. To the right side, back out to McEwen. He'll drive. Kicks it over to Langdon. They'll work the perimeter to John. John with it now. Left side. Tried to no-look pass it to Rowe. Out of bounds. Back to Pace.
Rowe, another Canadian.
And this is game 2 of 5. This is the second one featuring a Pace Academy team. We'll get a double dip of Holy Innocents after this one. Here's Carter to the coffin corner to Swain. He buries it. Wade Swain with the jump shot. 4-3. 3:35 left in the first. Goes into the baseline. Somehow gets it up to McEwen. McEwen will take that shot. It was off. Should be an over the back penalty, and it is.
Nice little step back move to create some space, but you got to knock those down.
That's 2 on Stevenson. So both Stevenson and John pick up a pair in the first part of this game. 4-3 between these two. And we have 2 gyms, but we only have crews here in the main gym. There's a jump shot by Caleb Holyfield. And Pace gets the lead. I'm sorry, they called out a 3 ball. So 6-4. Pace on top with 3 minutes remaining. Berkmar and Luella just started over on the what's called the auxiliary gym. Maybe we'll sneak our head in over there during halftime and give you a score update. McEwen on the left side, on the near side, I'm sorry. Pace in a man. Driving reverse layup high off the glass for Rowe. No good. Foul on the rebound. This should be the first foul on Pace in the ball game. No, I'm sorry. My apologies. That's going to be another foul on Stevenson. So 3 on Shamil Stevenson. Wasatch only put 10 on their roster. This is going to be Joseph Frankic. Nice drive by Carter. Pace increases the lead 8-4. Joseph Frankic will inbound next dead ball. Another steal. Now Caleb Holyfield turns it right back over.
I think they're going to slow it up with the kickball.
They have kickball play. So Frankic comes in, and Kaminsky will inbound.
Rankovic is a dual citizen from Croatia.
And I believe he also holds Canadian citizenry and plays in the United States. There's a long ranger from Kaminsky, rims out. Getting a rebound and getting the foul. Going to the line will be Wendell Carter.
Big man trying to clear him some space down there so he can go up strong and try to lay it in. But we'll send him to the free throw line and see what the big man does.
That's the foul on Jackson Rowe, his first, team 6th. And we're just about 6 minutes into this.
I'm looking on the sideline. Pace Academy only dressed out 7 players. Now, me, as a guy who likes to run, who likes to press, I would try to push them to their limit with their 7 players.
Carter picks up a foul shot, and I'd also try to maybe get some people in foul trouble.
Exactly.
Pound it inside. But Pace has not obliged. They are empty from the foul category. It's 9-4 now. Carter's trying to make it 10, and he does. He has 4 points. Back to Wasatch. This is McEwen with it. Goes to the far side for John. Got into the corner, and a good job by Elijah Hollyfield to get the loose ball.
Good bounce pass. Oh,
Not strong enough for Hollyfield, but Wendell Carter comes in and authoritatively drops it in. It's 12-4. And Coach Gino Morgan wants a timeout with 1:51 remaining. It's going to be a 30, 12-4. Pace on top. They are on a 12-0 run. So the Knights on a pretty big run here in the middle part of this first quarter to take control of this game when it looked like Wasatch was going to run away, scoring the game's very first 4 points.
And there's something I kind of wonder about Wasatch team from Utah out there in the middle of nowhere in Utah, as their coach Morgan described it to us. You would have a team like this. Utah's kind of high elevation. You would think that they would be in better shape and they would be a team that would like to run against an undermanned Pace Academy team, but they're not. They're going to play them straight up and take their time with it.
Georgia Tech ahead of Georgia, 21-17 in the fourth quarter. A little upset brewing there. Here's Wasatch trying to stop that 12-0 Pace Academy run. They're going to get it to John, and he's going to reset. John with a no-look pass to Langdon. Looking for Vrankic, and he can't handle it out of bounds. 1:30 left on the clock here in the first quarter. Pace Academy with the basketball. They're already up by 12. I'm sorry, up by 8 after this 12-0 run. Here's Elijah Hollyfield, a little short. And John's going to run, post up from the line, short again. McEwen and Rowe hit their first 2 shots, and since they've been empty, that flew out of nowhere by Wade Swain. That should be a foul on Swain.
And the basket.
Yeah. So Wade Swain picks up the first team foul for Pace Academy. And going to the line for a conversion is going to be Kobe McEwen. 12-6 with 65 seconds remaining here in our opening quarter. First shot is good on the conversion, so McEwen with 5. 12-7, that stops the run, trying to save the ball. Swain said he'll pass it into Parker Payne, and it's ripped out by Langdon. Trying to run, slipping through, and scoring is Cody John. That's his first 2 points for the 2-time Utah Player of the Year.
Right there, showing why he's one of the best in the state of Utah.
Caleb Hollyfield will be called for the offensive foul. And I'll turn the ball right back over. 12-9 now. Just put a little run of its own. 5 straight. Have a chance to make it 7. Maybe tie the game up with a 3-point play. As Pace's 8-point lead could be evaporating quickly, and John does drop it. So now it's 12-11.
I think he's heating up.
Yep, with under 30 seconds remaining. Wasatch turns up the pressure. Now do it to Hollyfield. Based on some good passing from Wendell Carter and Wade Swain. To Kaminsky. He'll drive in, and he's blocked. Didn't have a chance to get that shot off. Now McEwen with 8 seconds to go. Wasatch should have a chance to get a good shot in transition. They'll go from Langdon. It's too high. A great putback. That was Vrankic right at the buzzer. And that's enough to give Wasatch a 1-point lead as we finish the first quarter of action. 13-12. This is a half of runs. 4 straight for Wasatch, 12 for Pace, and then 9 for Wasatch. So we finished 1 here on the sports utility vehicle. We're going to roll on and tackle our second quarter. John Morgul, Sylvester Williams, thank you very much for joining us here on the Sports Utility Vehicle, as Wasatch Academy is 6 of 13 from the floor, 1 of 1 from the line, while Pace Academy in that first quarter, they were 4 of 13 from the floor and 2 of 2 from the line. Had a couple of 3-pointers by Caleb Hollyfield and Wade Swain. As we hit the 3 o'clock hour here in the Eastern Time Zone. 13-12 between these two. Thank you for staying with us here on the Sports Utility Vehicle.
Pretty exciting action. I guess going with that first quarter, I think Wasatch came out a little bit discombobulated, getting used to the East Coast.
Yeah.
Kind of threw them off those first couple of possessions, and Pace went on a 12-0 run.
Now Wasatch got right back into it, as befitting a program that, for the first 80 years or so, kind of fallow, but Gino Morgan really turned it around, winning 3 titles in 4 years. Driving, and that should be a walk on McEwen. And that's what it's called. So it's going to go back to Pace. They're down by a point, 13-12. Kaminsky back out to Hollyfield. Hollyfield's going to walk, going to slow it up. Now let's see if he's going to try to make anything with this possession. Demetrius Smith is the head coach of the Pace Academy Knights. 2-0 this season. They've already got a region win in Region 6 of AA. Kaminsky tries to do a reverse layup, no good. And they'll alternate the possession. It'll stay with Pace. Trying to drive in off the inbound. They go immediately. What a move by Wendell Carter.
The big man extended on that one.
He had a nice wingspan junk. Puts Pace back on top, 14-13. Carter with 6 points. Wasatch trying to answer. Here's a long ranger from Langdon. No good. Out of bounds. And it was Kaminsky that it knocked off of. It'll stay with Wasatch. Again, Wasatch, they are from Mount Pleasant, Utah. Out maybe an hour south of Provo. In the middle of the state.
And out of Coach Morgan's own words, in the middle of nowhere. They're a private boarding school. They're an international school.
Here's McEwen. Nice pass to Cody John, who will take one, and that rims out. Kaminsky gets it. Kaminsky brings it up. Oh, nice play by Cody McEwen. Try and knock that out.
Kobe's a junior. He's what they call a surefire athlete. He's been recruited by most Midwestern schools out there. Been offered by quite a few schools.
I think Baylor was one of the schools that Coach Morgan told us. They work it around. Swain to Kaminsky. Kaminsky's going to drive, get through one lane. Good for Zach Kaminsky. He's got 2.
Nice body control for Kaminsky.
16-13. There's a 3-pointer from the Coffin corner by number 24, Jeff Berezdich. Out of bounds, it's Berezdich, and he'll stay with Pace. Pace beat Kings Ridge Christian Academy 87-42. There's a steal, and good for Cody John, who now has 6 points. They'll be in action against Landmark Christian on Tuesday.
He just makes it look really easy, doesn't he?
Wendell Carter finds a seam, puts it down. 18-15, 5:30 remaining. Here's Rankich turning. Puts it back to John. Here's McEwen. And now Barasy. John rimmed out. I got a feeling he's very comfortable from beyond the arc. Takes it very easily. Just hasn't hit. Nice passing. Kaminsky, that rimmed out.
Got to push in the back. I think it's a good thing they did push the big man in the back because I think he was ready to bring the Thunder on that rebound.
He brought the Thunder a lot today. That foul's going to be against number 10, Augusta Navikas. And going to the line will be Wendell Carter. Timeout, however, Pace Academy. 4:58 remaining. It's a full. 18-15 is your score. John Morgo, Sylvester Williams, thank you for joining us here on the Sports Utility Vehicle coverage of the holiday Hoopsgiving. Still plenty of basketball left to be played. 2 more games that'll feature the Holy Innocents Golden Bears, the homestanding Holy Innocents Golden Bears. They'll be playing here against the very good Lower Richland Diamond Hornets. So looking forward to seeing that team in action. Just heard a lot of good things about them. And we'll be seeing them in action approximately 4:30 is what time is listed as for the tip-off between those two squads. And you can see it right here on the Sports Utility Vehicle. Again, Berkmar and Luella, they're underway right now in our auxiliary gym. We'll be getting some scores from that during our halftime. So stick around for that. Again, on our first game, Miller Grove defeated Pace Academy girls 54-32. Miller Grove gets their first win of the year, and it's a very good victory for Miller Grove because looking at it, all players scored. It's not often you get that. They dressed 12, and all 12 of them got in. So a good team victory. Renee Breedlove, very happy with what she sees with that one.
You know, that's a great thing when everybody gets in the book. You know, everybody gets their name in the book. Everybody's name goes in the paper. You know, that's a good feeling for your whole team. It makes practice on Monday a whole lot easier.
Wendell Carter will go to the line as we get back to live action. Pace up by field goal. And now they're up 4. Carter with the conversion. He's got 9 points. And he has one more. Trying to be the first in double figures. Got a feeling this team will go to Wendell Carter a lot this season. Spinning it, puts it in, and good.
And the big man has a nice touch at the free throw line. I really enjoy that when you see a young player like that with a nice stroke at the line. It makes life so much easier.
He's got 10, and Pace puts the lead up to a nickel. There's a long-range 3 ball by number 24, Jeff Beredzi.
Beredzi has a nice stroke from the outside.
Makes it 20-18. We got some folks from Stevenson. I think they were in the first game over at the Ox Gym. They just showing up, going to watch this game. They just watched Elijah Hollyfield with the runner. He's got 2, 22-18. They set up in the coffin corner. Good, Cody John. John is on fire. He's got 9. 22-21, 4:17 remaining. Oh, good play fake for Elijah Hollyfield to get free. I'm sorry, that was his brother Caleb.
Now that's a ball fake right there.
That was a ball fake. Took the guy right out of his shoes. He's got 8 points, if I'm right. 25-22, reverse layup underneath is fouled. Vrinkich will go to the line. And this is only going to be a foul on Carter. That's third team foul for Pace Academy. And going to the line is Joseph Vrinkich. Talking with one of the Pace Academy stat people. And I was trying to get some information about the team. First thing I said, what's your record this season? He says, well, we're 1-0, but we played yesterday. It was a non-region game, so we're not really counting that. And I went up and looked it up like, well, you won, so you're 2-0.
Hey, you got to take those wins anywhere you can get them.
little bit of a debate going on. Not sure what the problem is. We're halfway through the second quarter. They put points. All right, I think there's a problem with the scoreboard. It was 20. It was 20 to 20. They put 25 on for pace, and I have
I
to.
think it should be 21-25.
That's what I think so. Unless the 3 was ruled a 2. 14, 16, 18. I have 21 in my book. So So while they debate that, we can tell you again. So they're just trying. It was probably just a 3. One person had a 3. One person had 2. They're going to bring everyone off the court now. And let's finish up our scoring look from around the nation football-wise. Let's take a look at the top 25. Ohio State 28, Michigan 21. That's with 5:05 remaining in the fourth. Clemson over South Carolina 28-17, 7:20 left in the fourth of that one. Georgia Tech holding on to a 21-17 lead over Georgia with 2 minutes remaining in that one. Kentucky's got the lead over Louisville 33-28, and Colorado up by a pair over Utah 24-22. The Egg Bowl between Mississippi State and Ole Miss will tee off in about 20 minutes alongside Florida and Florida State, Mississippi State and Penn State, Minnesota and Wisconsin, Baylor and Texas Tech. At 4 o'clock, you got Kansas and Kansas State. The Iron Bowl goes at 7:45, and at 8 o'clock is Oregon and Oregon State, and I guess that's Utah State and Boise State. Well, they got the scoreboard figured out. We have one final in the book. Well, a couple finals. One from Thursday, TCU defeated Texas 48-10.
They should have came up here and asked me. I had it right the whole time.
First shot is good by Joseph Brankich. So he's got 3. 25-22. Second shot is up, and that rimmed out. Couldn't hit the second one. Good rebound by Kaminsky. Banks will go inside to Carter. Carter feeds to the right wing. Good shot by Elijah Holyfield. No good. And they're going to get a foul on Kaminsky on the loose ball.
But you know, one thing I like about the big man from Paces Academy, he has great court awareness. You see how he kicked that ball out to the open man and shoot the 3. The double team dropped down to him and he kicked it out to the open man. I like that out of a big man.
Nice dish to the high post, but unfortunately, Rowe couldn't put it in. Out of bounds. 3:34 remaining until halftime. 25 for Pace, 22 for Wasatch.
What does he run, about 6'10", 6'11"?
Who, Jackson Rowe?
Yep.
According to the book, you run 6'6".
No. I'm sorry. Pace is
Wendell Carter.
Wendell Carter.
Yeah, 6'10". Outside for Rowe. Back to Pace. Holyfield got blocked out by Beresy.
Beresy's doing it on both ends. Knocked down a 3 down there.
They bring it out to Kaminsky. Thinking about that one is Barrett Baker, but he's going to hold off. Baker only 5'8". Go to Holyfield. Baker now back to Elijah Holyfield. Oh, nice ball movement because Kaminsky had to get to that spot. He wasn't there when that play developed. He had to get there. And he'll get the layup. He's got 4. 27-22 with 3 minutes remaining. They tie him up, and they'll alternate the possession. McEwen might be getting a little frustrated as Caleb Holyfield tied him up. And the ball gets rolled all the way out to near the hospitality table.
And, you know, that's one of the rules I do not like about high school and collegiate sports. When you have that jump ball, I think the defense should get rewarded. I think you should have the opportunity to have a jump ball.
Yes.
You know, instead of it just being a luck of the draw.
Yeah, the alternating possession. Shot from the left side is good by number 21, Jackson Rowe. He's got 4. 27-24, 2:33 remaining. And a good steal, wrenching it away Beresy. He'll leave it for Beresy, but he's going to pass up the jump shot. And Wasatch will go to the near side for Cody John. John will go to McEwen inside. No, back out to a John. Nice ball movement. This is McEwen off to the left. And a good rebound by Wendell Carter. And an even better steal by McEwen. Managed to keep it in bounds. Oh, tried to get it to his trailer. Rowe wasn't there, and another turnover.
Sloppy ball handling. Sometimes you just got to stop and let your teammates come around and just gather yourself and play a little bit of basketball. You can't be in such a rush to press the ball up the court all the time.
I think that's what Cody John did. Slowed it up. Now John drives baseline, gets it over to Rowe. He lost it, then got it back. And foul.
They're going to call three on that one.
Yeah, 3-second violation, I'm sorry. With $1:42 remaining until the break. Pace Academy up by 3, 27-24. They were up by as much as 8 after going on a 12-0 run, being down by 4 points. And since then, it's kind of gone back and forth. Oh, Wendell Carter with 12 points and 6 of them on slams. They don't have an answer for him in the middle, and I got a feeling not many teams in Pace's region have an answer for him in the middle. Good high passing. And that's Rowe who was trailing. He's got 6. 29-26, minute 5. Wasatch down by 3 points. They played good defense, but they're playing a man. They're getting spaced.
Good block.
I don't even think that was his arm. That was more of an elbow block as Caleb Hollyfield tried to come in. And a great shot by Cody John. He's got 11 now. And it's to within 1. 29-28, 40 seconds to go. Let's see if Pace works for the final shot. Doesn't look like it. Kaminsky says, I can take this, and he missed it. Push, yeah. 22. It looks. No, wait a minute. I got that wrong.
Yep, I think he did call it on 22.
Yeah, that's Carter. Just a second. 2 on Wendell Carter, which isn't bad. 31 seconds remaining until halftime. Now it looks like Wasatch will try to take the final shot. And that foul on Elijah Holyfield. That's 1 on him. 16 fouls, so the next one will put him on the line. Not many foul shots today.
Pretty cleanly played game so far.
Wasatch is 1 for 2. Pace is 4 for 4. Wendell Carter's had all 4 shots. He's got 12 points. Now we got 10 seconds to go. This is McEwen. Leaves it. The nice ball movement. This is John. Oh, little short. And now Pace has got to rush this. It'll count if it goes, and it doesn't. We're at the break. Your score at halftime, Pace Academy 29, Wasatch 28. Oh.
Been a pretty exciting first half, you know. I've a lot of dunks by the big man, Mr. Carter over there. He's been controlling the inside, but once again, your 2-time player of the year, Cody John, has not let you down at all. He showed a nice offensive explosion that first half. So this is a very exciting game. I like this one.
This is pretty good. It's a very good back and forth affair, which is all you want. We had a blowout in our first game as Miller Grove easily got a 20-point lead and just kind of hung on to it from there. So we're at break. Let's just quickly, before we take a leave, and do some scoring leaders for this ball game. First up for Pace Academy, the big man Wendell Carter with 12 points. Caleb Hollyfield's got 8. Zach Kaminsky with 4. Wade Swain with 3. Elijah Hollyfield has 2. And now turning it over to the visitors from Utah. They're paced by Cody John. He's got 11. Jackson Rowe with 6. Cody McEwen has 5. And Jeff Beresley with 3. Joseph Frankich has 2. So that's our scoring totals. Again, we got 9:29 until halftime. We'll take a timeout. Be back with the second half in about 5 minutes here on the Sports Utility Vehicles coverage of the Holiday Hoopsgiving 2014 Classic.
Point to him. Turn around and show him what they're about. Hey, put the marker in there. Let him know. He said that's not the only thing he can do. He wants to let y'all know he don't have no time. Isaiah, show him again. Halftime special edition. Young Isaiah.
good. 31-28. Go inside. Back. Hollyfield. This side. One Drano. And this is a nice solid all of this season on fire. 5 points. 34-28. 17 over the Austin and Philly. Burkmont and Rella. Rella on top of Burkmont. 30-23. Fighting the same need for the layup is good for Stevens. Who's got 2? He has 3 fouls in the first quarter. Cut out and cut off. The double team from Michigan is in the the other was a pleasant surprise. You know, they lost to Marcus Grant, who graduated from South Carolina, and they also had a 6'11" junior, Doral, not quite sure the past name, but he transferred to one of the private schools in Virginia. Down play, long, good Hollyfield. But the Relic still has a very solid team. There's the Steelers and 3, Rainbow didn't play good. And back to the shooting, Little Lang gets from 3. That's no good as well. Oh, good heads up play. Put off Wendell Carter. He played like no. Carter goes down hard for that loose ball. Gets it slowly. He's okay. Put it up. Hollyfield. Walk. Down by 4 points. 5 minutes there. No post, no good news. No, he's not 8. He's 32. He's not 37 half. Nathan is the hard trip, the other hard trip. Carter is foul on 12 before he's cut out. That's a smart foul right there. Smart foul, getting fouling the man while he's down that low, because if he's that low, there's not much you can do to stop him when he's down. So he's just doing his second hit first round. Step down there, step outside, the base. Yeah. Over the offense, lead. Get it inside. Slow it up. Hollyfield, yeah. Good move by Austin Hollyfield. 4. Back up to 36, 32. Go underneath and see the post. Oh, Stevens is trying to make a good move with it. Lost the basketball and he's back playing like that. He needs dribbles down there underneath the basket. Sometimes you just got to make it down and go with it. Can't play around with it. Hollyfield open to Hollyfield. This is Wendell Carter. Good. 14 for Wendell Carter. 38-32. 4:30 left in the third quarter. Probably just make the good throw. Yeah. Oh, good layup there by Justin Rowe. Moving off the post. Oh, really good that shot. 38-34. Play here. Third quarter. All the way down by Hall for the shot. Push it. There you go. Nice play
by Langdon gets to the trailer, and we're tie ball game. You can tell Langdon's the coach Morgan's nephew. You can tell he's a heady, well-coached kid, well-coached, loves to play the point. That was just a nice move by him to get that ball up to his trailer. Ball, call it 38. Okay. They really get their life on hard, but everything head, back defense, 40-38. What a move by Cody John. Nice take by Cody John. And you know, something I noticed about Cody John, that does be a very but then he'll just develop that skill. Okay, I love that about him. Now, Carter, he's fouled. He'll put it down. 16 Carter. Big man's worth it. 42-40. Ball moving to the weak side. Yeah. And after the Cody John drop it, and only the second foul on Carter, the third foul on Carter. That there, basic basketball fucking him. When you're going against the bigger man, use that hand as a protector, go and lay it up. I love that. I love that basketball IQ that this young man is showing. 43-43. Now that's the 4 minutes later, as the hard play gets Tony Carter trying to get to a double team foul. I think Carter now has that look in his eye. He has that look. Give me the ball. Help me work for it. Get it finished. And let me work where I like to work it. And that's when he passed up the bit. They got it down to the big one. Good. Had a coach who like to say, hey guys, you got to earn your butt right here. And he doesn't have started earning his butt. All right, 44-43. First missed foul shot from Tony Carter. The double team. Oh, good job. I can just see those balls. Great anticipation. Georgia in overtime, 30-24. Oh, I'm just on the side, though. Up by back. 47-45. They don't need any back. Oh. Shot. 5-45. With it, broken to the back. Oh, big steal. And able to get it in. Big steal. You know, both of those shot attempts right there. Carter did something that great big men do. He didn't have to block the shot. He just interfered. He changed the direction of the shot. That's what great big men do. Carter took that shot off the post. Got the table timeout. We have 26 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 37 seconds now. We're at 2 points, 47-45 over Wasatch. Over Williams right here on call for you. On the Sports Facility vehicle, we're driving on through here at the holidays. It's getting a full day of basketball here. Over the Duncan team, also the auxiliary team. Columbia Alabama boys from the Steve Stevens is the first game. Going on right now, we've got girls on. Loa had a 30-22 lead over Berkmar. It's in the third quarter. Okay, with 8 here in the third quarter. Very good point. Get through 10, all good. Back it in, that ball. We got a foul with 1 second. Yeah. That's a tough way to give up a foul right there. There's no time left. Almost no time left on the clock. Foul with 1 second remaining. We're done with 3. The score is 7, 49, back at 7, 45. We'll have the fourth quarter after this. We're on the Sports Facility with the coverage at the Hollywood City. They got a little bit confused in the lane there, trying to look for someone to bail him out. Couldn't find him. He called that 3-second call on. He switched over to a man-to-man, and it was 4 on Carter. You know what happened on that play right there, John? They switched over to man-to-man defense. It was a mismatch on defense. They had one of the smaller guards down there guarding Franklin. He was Carter Davis, and Carter had to step over to help out on Davis. And then boom, they passed it right behind him. That's a great teamwork. First 4 fouls on Wendell Carter. 6:54 remaining left. Up by a point. Saying, no, you're not. It's Caleb Holyfield. Put it on the wrong side of the scoreboard. We have a 53-49. It's 52-50. We got a 3-pointer. Now they're figured it out. And you know one thing about having a tournament like this that has quite filled up, you can hear the fans quickly correct the scoreboard off the roof. Well, they added the 3. Now they took it away. 62-50. Foul. Posted. That is good. You got to hit those threes. Wasn't on Carter. It was he got ball. What a play for Wendell Carter. Came a little behind him. He tried to Wasatch tries to answer and loses it immediately. 6 balls to go. Wasatch probably tried to answer too emphatically and wind up throwing the ball away. 54-61. Go on the first split here. Open game, but they're not taking the shot. And Elijah Holyfield calls for the lack of player control. Previous foul, the one on the first college. That's for 9:33 a minute. Double team. Somebody's got to be open. He's still in. He dropped home a very nice 3 ball. ball. That's first point, second point for her. What is good? Ranking is 6'18", you're out of Croatia. Says that is in Europe, that is in Texas. Yeah, yeah. The high field for 54. And think about it. They both 6'4", Coach Stanley will keep the game. 17 boys, their game is over. They're done. But they're in the stands. They're taking this game out. Not quite good. There's maybe two patients that have been later in the year. Not quite good. Head fix their schedule. Anything like that. Very highly possible they did Saudi. Over the Wasatch. Also, a 458 against. Pretty sure they're not going out to Houston. I'm pretty sure they can do that once they play and have a tournament up on. Double team with that spot. Cody John. One guy and good for Toby Garcia. 10 points for the kill, and we're tied at 56. 133 left. Cody John, 2 points. Defense player of the year, but the team getting a lot of pressure killing. Would have had a transition layup, but he done hit the right. You have to leave the part of the court. Especially down in the right. He's kind of off there for the head. That's a good break. Ball was 4. Good job on the team to first turnover. Strong take. Strong take. I don't care about that foul. Cody Jones went for it. 16 points for this because the first time they look like they're going to straight up. Good foul for this body. Good. 16 points, Cody Jones. Back to the high river. River, they're playing. You know what? I like the young man. I like Father just poised down there in the paint and the way he has a few post moves that he likes to use. It's really hard to tell that this kid is only 15 years old. He's so more time play. It's very impressive. That kind of age. I would love to see him 2 more years. What he'll look like 2 more years. But tie it out. Nice self put number 9. Very good one. I think that 3.3 left. 3 walk on top. Feeling? They're the ones who are back on time. And what's John is the deadly, but there. Carter got the rebound up there. Away. Feeling. Now we get Carter to get his good person. And his body's flying everywhere. People have the best saving time out. Carter, 4. Best saving time out. Call 4. We have 3 minutes straight up. Offensive time. 58. This is Lower Richmond, Diamond Hornets. 4 minutes to play. 4:30. They alternate possession before the timeout. Before we go. You get a turnover like that, you put the ball don't have up by 2:43. How long did it go? You better take that trip and score it again. Two pace and a 1-3-1. Now that one it could be a very fascinating game. I see that. Very back. Another reason counting. Clemson has to beat South Carolina. You don't want to know. Yes, Benedict could be parading into the arena. Very good coach. He's probably walking around foot. Big victories for ACC rivalry game. This is happy with these moves. Oh, that's a walk. The travel. That's a walk from McEwen. Well, he succeeded in working about a minute, at least a minute 30, more than a minute off the clock. At 1:20 left. 59-58. He's the coach of Kansas in Pacers Academy to go down the score. One county. Have a pretty good finish, only a 1 point game. Carter with it. Holyfield on the other half. There's the rainbow. It's a little too strong. Foul. That whistle blew before the basket. Oh, they call a foul on Carter. That's 5 on Wendell Carter. Big guy exits with 22 points. Wow. They walk that victory systematically. Carter, on him. trouble. Get out last minute. He then gets the automatic foul enforcement. Cody John, Wasatch, still with 19 player of the year. Defeated tonight and
Nice move.
Nice move. Pick it up by 3, 61-58, 35 seconds. They're going to have to move. Oh, they're going to have to like a hard one. Trying to get the foul. Let's get it.
I like the idea of taking it to the basket and settling for the three-pointer or forcing up a three-pointer. You got plenty of time on the clock. It has to go. You have to make it count.
You have to do it, and he's not trying to get the contact when he goes along for a three-point play to get it back again. That would be good for his champion as well, but neither one happened. This was a full timeout. 61-58, we got 29.3 seconds remaining. They're getting ready for a lower Richmond Bounded Hornets looking around the Richmond Golden Bears. 4:30. Yeah, 4:30 movement. We'll have a call on that one as well. Scores, all scores. State 34, North State 10. We'll go way back to the first game of the year. Let's take a preview down there and first FCS game of the year. They won it. And then they have today just to be in the playoffs. Wasatch with the basketball. Now the turnover. Slipping and falling is John, but he's able to get rid of it.
9 seconds left. Time to
Landed.
foul.
Yeah, you got to do the automatic foul enforcement of the ball game. It will be against Horizon Hardsville.
Wasted way too much time.
Yep. 7 seconds left. 30 minutes goes to the line. Even 1 and 1. More chance to take, but they got 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Got his man open. There's the shot for the win. And the tie. No. Elijah Holyfield couldn't convert. There's the ball game. Final score. Wasatch 6-1. Academy 58. Run through scoring totals for today's ball game. Picked up for the visitors. Wasatch, Utah. They were faced by 32 21 points. And 14. They were doing it. 62, but if there is and Joseph Blanket, we go to 2-1 on the year. Academy. That was their first loss of the season. 2-1. They were faced by Michael Carter, 22 points, but he's now down with a buck 4 remaining. Red Harfield has 13, Martin Harfield with 11. And 2 returns, they win. That's clear. That's going to wrap it up for game 2. Parker Triple Header. Stay right where you are. 4:30 and 26 minutes.